Lights, camera, Bratz. From the new Bratz movie, RC Cruisers.
Pulling up in Hollywood, just cruising.
You control the action.
From wheels to hood,
Real FM radio.
Turn it up, light up the boulevard.
Working headlights.
Got star power, checking out our rear view. RC Cruiser cruising through.
Bratz the movie, RC Cruisers with working headlights and real FM radio. Dolls and cars each sold separately. Batteries not included. Bratz the movie rated PG. That's a Bratz wrap.
Hello, everybody. Happy Hump Day, and welcome to the Loose But Complete podcast. I am your host, LaserPants. I am joined, as always, by this guy down here that was just jamming to that first intro. Oh, man, you were loving it. What's up, Jeremy?
I can't believe that you have that at your disposal now. You can just do it whenever you want.
I mean, I could, just like whenever I want, like if I wanted to.
Lights, camera, Bratz. From the new Bratz movie, RC Cruisers.
Pulling up in Hollywood, just cruising.
You control the action.
From wheels to hood,
Real FM radio.
Turn it up, light up the boulevard.
Working
Got
headlights.
star power, checking out our rear view. RC Cruiser cruising through.
Bratz the movie, RC Cruisers with working headlights and real FM radio. Dolls and cars each sold separately. Batteries not included. Bratz the movie rated PG. That's a Bratz wrap.
Light up the boulevard. Light up the boulevard, Jeremy.
It's literally the worst thing ever. It's the worst thing. But hey,
I don't know. I think the chat likes it. They're digging it.
hey, yeah, we give the people what they want. That's what we're here
Give
to
what they
do.
want. I mean, what if they want this?
Lights, camera.
God,
No, we won't do it again. We won't. Okay, not
I'm
again.
gonna leave. I will officially leave the show. I will break the contract. I'm under contract, by the way. I will break the contract.
Listen. Don't leave yet. Okay.
Okay.
I know how excited you are. You were fangirling a little bit for the show because we have a very special guest tonight. You were very excited.
We do.
You had to put on an undershirt to hide the erect nipples that you were sporting. So let's just bring him in. Our guest for the night, Mr. Bobby Vala. What's going on, Bobby?
What's up, fellas?
Can I get a hell yeah? Because
What's going
Stone
on,
Cold said turn into 3 POA.
Hey, we're just over here lighting up the boulevard, huh?
I'm digging it. Although if you keep playing that on 3POA, I might get tired of it.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's the worst. The worst thing.
The more you say that, the more I want to play it.
When he showed it, when Tony showed it on 3POA, I was dying. It was amazing because he had told me what he was doing. And like you try to picture it, but once you like see it for the first time, it's amazing.
Yeah, I was torturing my son with it after the show last week. I was like, you got to check out this part of the show. And I like kept playing it. And then I went and found other Bratz commercials on YouTube. There's a whole community of Bratz collectors to this day.
Yeah, well, guess what
it's
else?
insane.
Guess what else? There's a community of furries, Ryan. So just because there's a group of them doesn't mean it's great.
If furries made something this cool, I might become a furry. I'm just saying.
Okay,
Maybe.
you heard it. Everybody heard it, right? Okay.
I'm just saying. All right, let's move on.
Okay.
So we're going to talk some Mezco tonight. Of course, we decided to go with this topic as a bunch of Mezco products starts dropping. A bunch of pre-orders start fulfilling, but there is still a lot of pre-orders that have not been fulfilled, that have been on pre-order for like 3 years, almost 3 years. So we are going to get to that. We're also going to talk some pickups, but first, we were getting slammed with some super chats. So let's go over there. The Canuck. I don't know why I said it like that. For $10, thanks, man. He says, screw. He says, I love LaserPants so much. This is like in school when like you chase the girl around the. Yeah, that's what that is like. Okay, thank you, Canuck. He says, "This is for Ryan and not Bobby or Jeremy. Valaverse is the best toy company ever. Love Bobby and Jeremy, but mostly Ryan. Can we get rid of Jeremy for the next show? Let's go 3POA." Weird super chat, but thank you, Canuck.
Yeah, really. I think there's something wrong with my screen. It's not coming across the way you read it. I may have to take my laptop in for repair.
So it's gone.
I heard it that way. I heard it that way. Yeah.
It's gone now. Sorry.
Well,
technology's weird.
Thank you very much, Canuck. Really appreciate the super chat, even though you're really disparaging against me in that. But you know, it's fine.
I don't blame him. I mean, before we started the show, you spent a good 10 minutes talking about your hair. So
I did. I
Yeah.
did. I'm trying something new, and I'm not that confident about it. All right. So how about you give me a pass, bud?
Nah.
All right.
Not a super chat, but Anselin has a great suggestion here. He says, "How do we make this a drinking game? Take a drink if they say brats. Right now, you're hammered. Right now. Take a drink if they turn off the camera. That's Jeremy's thing. You
Well,
turn off the camera 5-6 times a show. I turn off the camera when
I turn off the camera because I'm taking a drink of something. So yeah.
Look, watch this.
Yeah, I know. Well, a lot of times I don't have it. See, I got my house.
Camera didn't break.
I got my House Targaryen mug. I'm sipping my cheap beer out of. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
House of the Dragon, hot D, baby.
And he
I'm
says,
I'm all about that hot D.
he says, take a shot if they say Action Force.
Oh man, somebody's gonna die.
That's nice. I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's gonna be a rough Thursday for whoever's playing that drinking game. And then another super chat from the Canuck. Thank you so much. He says, Scuba Pete will avenge me and take all your super chats. It's because I told him you guys have no control over where the super chats go.
It's true.
He says, feel my wraith, you nerd. That says wraith. You have a wraith, Canuck? Bobby is the real hero here, and he will take your toys.
You better, I'm telling you, Canuck, you better stop hating on Ryan. That's my boy.
It's all good, man. It's all in good fun. We got a drunk Australian saying Ryan can't drink. The man has no skills.
This coming from the guy who couldn't stay awake for the one time he's in America and we can watch UFC together.
That's what I was gonna say. Came all the way to the U.S. to watch some UFC with his buddy and falls asleep during the event.
I was fuming. I was looking at him with daggers.
While he was asleep.
Backwoods hot D is House of the Dragon. I'm all about that hot D.
Okay. We get it.
Yeah.
We get it.
Yeah.
You're a closet homosexual. It's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Who said anything about closeted?
Okay. Even better.
Yeah.
Bobby L. Collins, for some reason, says snot meat lick. Gimme. I don't know. Super chat from our buddy Andrew M. Thank you so much. So, what's your favorite Mezco figure now, and one you would like in the future?
Sure, we'll get into that as the show goes along.
Yeah, let's save that one. We will we will answer that question in a minute, Andrew.
You want to circle back? We'll circle back to that.
Put your red wig on.
But yeah, I put my red wig on. We're just gonna circle back. We're gonna circle back to that.
I love it.
James, thank you. He says, light up the boulevard. That's what we're doing here, baby. Light up the boulevard. And Marvelous Nerd, thank you. Does the vehicle come with the LaserPants figure? You mean this one? No, it doesn't. It should. I'm waiting for, was it MGA? I'm waiting for them to reach out to me. Bobby, I mean, you're my inside guy.
See what I can do.
Okay. And then we got JB. Thank you, JB. He says, hi, have you seen the new line on BBTS Monster Force? Cool Dracula figures and soldiers that look suspiciously World War II Germans. Cool looking figs. Yeah, they do look cool.
They are a little Wolfenstein kind of, aren't they?
Yeah.
And,
I like those red
aspects.
ones.
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk about those on our next show, since this one's we're going to talk about Mezco.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. We all caught up on super chats.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, JB.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody for the super chats and everybody else that's that's in the chat too. Lot of familiar faces here. Appreciate you being here tonight.
We got one more super chat. Marvelous Nerd, thank you. Bobby looks better with the mask on. You gotta get that bone collector mask. There we go. There we go.
Is that like a prerequisite to be on the show now? Is everybody has like a go-to prop? I'm gonna have to get one for myself.
I like that this isn't like an emoji or a filter that I put on. Like, this is my jam.
Look, the thing looks fantastic. Like
it fits nice.
A light wash on that thing would just like take it next level, man.
It fits really nice. Might have to send this to the factory and say, hey, why don't you quote me on this?
I'd get it. I'd get it.
That'd be cool. Maybe that's a movie prop, huh? That'd be cool. All right, thank you, Marvelous Nerd.
Movie props.
What's that?
Said I got some experience doing movie props.
Yeah. And that is all the super chats. Yes. Okay, we are caught up. All right, Jeremy, you like doing pickups. You left before the show to go grab your pickups.
I did.
What'd you get in the past week?
So it was a slow week, but the stuff that I did get, I'm pretty excited about. My 90s VHS Mystique came in, so I'm waiting to get her out of the box to see what she looks like, because you can't see the figure anymore. So, but I think she's gonna look good up there on the wall with the rest of my X-Men.
I heard what's in that box looks way different than what's on the back of it.
Are you talking about how the so what's depicted on the back is pinless elbows, but there's pinned knees, but the elbows depicted in the back are doubles.
So from what I understand, the box got it right, but the solicitations were the ones that were wrong.
Oh,
the pre-order pictures, yeah.
Well, we could find out live right now if you want to. If anybody,
go ahead, open it up.
Okay,
open it up.
Let's see.
Take it out of that tissue paper.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here's some exclusive accessories right here. Here's accessories. Let's get down into the wax paper here. Okay. Got the fig.
Backwoods wants to know, is Valaverse going windowless?
Stop it. Stop it. Come on. Guys, listen. And I've said it on our 3POA podcast. Look, Hasbro's the only company doing this right now. Do you see Mattel following suit? Do you see Jazzware following suit? Do you see NECA following suit? No, because they realize it's such a dumb idea. I've said it before. It's like, okay, you got rid of the plastic in the package. Okay, well, to save the environment, what's that box made out of? Oh, more paper. It means more trees you got to cut down. And at the end of the day, the thing inside that box, what's it made out of? It's made out of plastic that's going to take 10 times as long to deteriorate than a little bit of plastic that was on that window. Good job, Hasbro. Got to get that good PR.
So
people off.
So there are discrepancies between the figure in hand and what's depicted on the box. One of them is color. The skull belt right there is a very, very like a yellow color, where it's a pretty dark gold on the box. Mm-hmm. And then those are not. There is double elbows depicted on the back of this box, and these are single.
They did get you.
Yeah, they did. So, man, that sucks, man.
And I mean, it was only what $20.
Yeah, it was like 63 or something like that. But I don't...
a kidney.
But the thing about it that's the worst, and I know that she's going to give me trouble because the legs have that same silly putty consistency as Black Widow and some of those other females that were just, remember, they were warped inside the bubble. Like you could see them warped inside the bubble when you purchased them. So yeah.
You know what really gets me about that is that you can go into Target now, right? And I could pull a Marvel Legend off the shelf. And I know it seems like we're dunking on Marvel Legends. I really like Legends. Just let it be known.
As do I.
I'm gonna point out the flaws. Okay. You go into Target, you pick up a Marvel Legend, and it's $25, $28, $30. The Spider-Man Noir from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is $30 at Target, $29.99. On that same aisle are Dragon Ball Z SH figure arts for $35.
Mm-hmm.
As a consumer, I'm looking at that like, where did we go wrong here? Why is an SH figure arts at Target $35 and this Marvel Legends is $30? I mean, SH figure arts is packed with accessories, right?
Oh, all the face plates,
yeah,
the amount of articulation you can get out of those import bodies and everything, like they're great. They're fantastic figures.
Superposable.
Yeah, very, very superposable.
Yeah.
It really cool. The way that they're engineered, you get so much posability out of those figures, even in the legs, even though they don't have a thigh cut. Because I mean that's not really a realistic point of articulation in the human body anyway, but the hip joints and then those ankles are so good that you don't need it to get those poses that you want out of those figures. So something ain't right. But when the figure that's inside the box does not match what's on the outside of the box, that's
worse. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that. So. Anyway, so yeah, I'll stop dunking on Hasbro now. We'll get to my second pickup, which I am very, very happy about. I sent 30 action points to Tony Roberts. And I in return, I got a signed desert rat. I don't know if anybody can see.
I want to blow that up.
Yeah, it says, "Dear Jiu-Jitsu, fuck you. Love Desert Rat." And I could not be happier. There's a couple of like Vegemite smudges on this from but it's great. I couldn't be happier with what he put on this. And the interesting thing though is that I had proposed with my selfie series to be the first martial arts character in the line named Jiu-Jitsu. Right now, Desert Rat has officially acknowledged me as Jiu-Jitsu.
It's canon.
So, according to law, I am now officially in the Action Force universe. So, Bobby, we got to get going, buddy. Oh, we need that figure.
All right, I get started tomorrow.
And I sent 30 action points to Tony Roberts, which means I have about 175 left. We're just making it rain action points, baby.
I'm sure in a post Kanye West world that putting out an action figure called Jiu-Jitsu will just go over so well. It'll just be.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we don't make him the evil mastermind that controls the entire Vala universe, then we could probably get away with it. We'll see. I'll talk to my lawyers.
All right.
That's it. Those are my pickups.
All right, Bobby, you want to talk about what you got this week?
I didn't get any toys, but I've been on a comics kick lately. Just buying, I'm trying to go back and buy all the comics that I sold from my collection, but I'm getting more than that also. But I went to my local comic book store, and the 30th anniversary of the Death of Superman came out, so they reissued Superman 75, which I was very excited about. However, I wish they would have taken the original Dan Jurgens, Brett Breeding pages and digitally colored them in Photoshop, just to make this issue like more modern, because it's like, listen, they made 2 million copies of this thing. Everyone's got this issue.
Yep.
Give us a little something modern, but still great. We got this one, a classic first appearance of Archangel. Great issue. I got a nice lot of classic Batman comics here.
Oh wow!
I got
what era was that?
This was 50s.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, this was 50s. And then in the 60s is when the art style drastically changed because Carmine Infantino took over, and he was the definitive artist of Batman in the 60s. And then in the 70s it was Neil Adams, and then the art just got kind of better from there. But it's like, these are campy. This is this is what the Adam West show was based off of. But at the same time, it's like, it's still cool. Like, you had like really like classic covers, like Robin Dies at Dawn kind of thing. Still, I'm trying to get the whole run of Batman, which I was close when I sold my collection. So now I got to go back and get it all now. I got Vengeance of Bane, first appearance of Bane. You think darkness is your ally. You adopted the dark. I was born in it. And then I got the whole set of the saga of Ra's al Ghul, who is my favorite Batman villain. Oh wait, I did get some toys. I got they're in my office, but I got the Mego, the modern Mego Ra's al Ghul figures. Because I saw that, I was just looking up Ra's al Ghul stuff on eBay because I was bored one night, and I saw that like Mego came back, and Mego's been doing figures, and they made 2 really nice Ra's al Ghul figures. I'm like, well, I gotta have those. So that's what I got.
Cool. Nice pickups.
It's awesome.
So I got in a Marvel Legend that I pre-ordered. It was Beast on. Do I still have it? I do. It's right here under my Bratz card.
You pull out the fucking Bratz card. Okay.
That's why Ryan Ting doesn't watch our any of our shows, because he hates that Bratz car.
But I got the retro carded Beast, right? Now it's the same Beast as before, but you've got a new head on it. Looks great. And I think this is the first time they've given us a fist with this Beast. He also came. Did I already lose him? Oh no. Oh no, they're right here. They gave him a pair of glasses for Beast. Now I go to put these glasses on Beast, and they don't fit back over his ears. They're not long enough. They're not even. You see that?
Huh.
They don't fit back over.
Go,
they don't fit back over his, and there's nothing to slot them in.
Go grab Sarge's and see if they fit.
Those might fit.
Grab
I don't
them,
know.
see.
Huh?
Oh no, the Beast head might be way bigger.
I mean, actually, yeah, the Beast head is huge.
Yeah, Beast head's huge.
Plus, he doesn't wear sunglasses.
Not that you know of.
No, that I know of.
Hey, Ryan, you know what glasses might fit on him?
What?
Since we're talking about Mezco and they're the same style glasses, is the Gotham by Gaslight Joker. They have small round glasses.
Oh yeah. Well, what I might do, since I already have this Beast, and I bought the Anthony's Customs animated head, which has the glasses on, and it's perfect. It looks just like the animated series Beast. So what I might do is just display him without the glasses with a different head. Or maybe I'll glue these on, or I don't know. We'll see. But I do like the lab coat. Lab coat's fine. It's a little thin. Of course, they're not going to put a wire in it, probably because of like child safety issues, right?
Right.
But
it sounds like a good excuse. It sounds like a good excuse.
He came with a couple of beakers too, so he can do experiments. Nice. One of them says X gene. Now, I wanted to get the Haytet Zaraze figures, the Black Panther police officers, the Wakandan police officers. But they're $25 each, so I didn't get them.
Okay.
Until they went on sale on Amazon, and I got them. I got 2 of them shipped for $33.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Now you look at these and you say, "Oh, that doesn't look like them." Well, that's because I added a bunch of gear on them
I
from.
would say that AK looks nice.
Yeah,
Not bad.
the AK is that's a GI Joe classified AK.
Mhm.
I mean, Valaverse. That's the Valaverse AK. But all these straps and everything on them, including the one with the molded in pistol on his leg, that's from an old Overwatch figure that Hasbro did. What Overwatch they did like 2-3 years ago?
Mhm.
The line totally failed. All the figures ended up at Ollie's. Anyway, they're still super cheap. I got a couple of Soldier 76 Overwatch figures for like $8 on Mercari, and I took his gear off, put him on these Haytet Zarazes, and they look great. And shout out to Rectangular for giving me that idea.
That's awesome. They look good. They look good.
Yeah, they look good. All right. Did I get anything? I think that's all I got. Yep, that's all I got. All right. Now we got some more super chats rolling in. Let's just get to, or should we wait? Now, yeah, we'll get to them and then we'll talk about Mezco.
Awesome.
Keith Knight, thank you so much. He says, "Hello, chaps. Ryan, I missed the intro. Can you show it just for me?"
Dude, come on, man. Are we being
Yes, I
serious?
will. Yes, I will. Later. Not right now. Thank you, Keith. Actually, Keith paid money. I feel like
I mean,
Paying customer, give the man what he wants.
Lights, camera, Bratz. From the new Bratz movie, RC
Pulling
Cruisers.
up in Hollywood. Yeah, just cruising.
You control the
Right
action.
from wheels to hood. Yeah, turn
Real
up
FM
the
radio.
turn it up, yeah. Light up the boulevard.
all right. That's probably good. For £5, Keith, you get half. Thank you so much, man. All right, and then Tony Robles, thank you so much. He says, "Wow, Bobby and Ryan look great today. Jeremy looks okay tonight as well, I think. But so excited to see the SDS hit the pavement and Animal Warriors of the Kingdom launch. Hail, loose but whole." I like that. I mean, complete. Yeah. Oh, Daniel Dorian likes that Bratz advert. Yeah, thank you, Tony. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, SDS is coming very soon, right, Bobby?
yeah. Still hope for next week. If not, then the week after, but no later than the week after.
Cool. And then Robert Diaz, thank you so much. A drop in the bucket for an epic collection of scum and villainy. Just got my Forbidden One Mythic Legion in the mail today. Show that Brad Scar. Okay, I will. Show the Brad Scar. Now, fill me in. What is the Forbidden One? I know it's a Mythic Legion.
I don't know Mythic Legions.
It's the
It's the Headless Horseman one that everyone's raving about.
it was the Saturday Legions Con exclusive.
Ah, cool. Okay,
But I believe that's what he's talking about. Yeah.
gotcha. And then James Salzberg, thank you. He says, "Does the BCDs that came with Beast fit Action Force heads?" BCDs? Birth control? Wait, no.
So in the Army, we call them BCGs.
Yeah, birth control glasses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're getting lucky with them some bitches on.
Yeah. I think they will fit Action Force heads, yes. But I don't have an Action Force figure. Wait, do I?
Ryan doesn't own any Action Force figures.
I don't.
What,
And,
dude,
what
what are you
after-
doing? You don't even have an Action Force line, right?
I mean, I do, but not a head because I got.
I can just grab one right here, Ryan.
Well, my collection room is not like the size of a hobbit hole. Okay, I can't just like reach behind me. Okay, I don't call it the Fortress of Smallitude. I call it the Fortress of Ballitude. Okay, because I'm balling.
Get it together. We have an industry leader here on the show as a co-host, and you don't even have any of his product ready.
Wait, when's Scott Knightley coming on the show?
Scott Knight licked my ball. Never mind. I'm gonna shut up.
Oh man!
But you derelict my balls.
Thank you, James Salzberg. Now listen.
This is the real Juru right here. Okay. I am the toy guru. All right. Don't get it mixed up.
Keep talking. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, I dropped it. I got it. Here we go.
What?
I did have one. And it just so happens to be Desert Rat. Look at that, dude.
Whoa, sophisticated. Unlike
That
real
looks
life.
excellent. Bobby. Hey, Bobby.
Hey, look, I'm action force as fuck.
Oh, that's right, mate.
Oh, action force as fuck, mate.
I need a 1/12 scale kangaroo. Who makes that?
You ever heard Tony try to pronounce bottle of water?
Bottle of water. Or aluminum.
Aluminium as fuck.
Aluminium. Oh, okay. Gee, let's get this back on track. All right. James Salzberg, thank you again. He says, "Sorry, gang, I missed the autocorrect changing BCG." So yeah,
hey,
birth control.
We got you. We knew exactly what you were talking about, man.
Yeah,
they're exactly
Thanks,
what you were
buddy.
talking about.
Appreciate it. Okay, let's get into this Mezco talk now. Anyone that's been collecting Mezco for as long as I have, I've been collecting for over 4 years. The 112 line. The 112 line, I believe, was kicked off in 2015. So it's about 7 years old. But starting like midway through the pandemic, there was always like delays. But starting like midway through the pandemic, it started getting pretty bad. And I think a lot of us were very forgiving. Like, we get it. Pandemic, delays, it happens. But when it's a lot of the figures, especially the licensed figures, and it's going on years. The Batman 89, the most infamous one, is now going on 3 years or 2 years late.
There is one that's 3 years though, isn't there?
That's the Batman 89. It'll be 3 years in January.
Okay, got it. Okay, yeah.
And
So we're right there.
It's slated for February, so it'll be 3 years.
Okay.
By the time they say it will come out.
Right.
Yeah, they're saying so now at the earliest, they put the window from February to April. I've kind of noticed that when they give a 3-month window, the figure usually ships at the end of that 3-month window. It seems like, but that's just one of many. Now I'm on the Toy Page's Facebook page here. If you don't follow the Toy Page, that's PAIGE. You really should follow the Toy Page, especially if you're collecting Mezco. He keeps track of all this stuff meticulously. So shout out to him. He's also on Instagram and YouTube.
Follow.
Yeah, definitely follow him, Bobby. He is the one person I know that has had Mez himself on his channel doing an interview. And this is a little over a year ago, I believe, or a year and a half ago now, I think. So he got to talk to Mezco or Mez himself, and
I watched that interview.
Yeah, there wasn't like a ton of clear answers, but it was kind of just like hold tight. You know, we're getting this stuff. But that's it. There is really no communication from Mezco to the fans at all, and I'm the kind of guy, I paid for mine up front. So I paid for, my I think Batman 89 was $120. I paid for that up front nearly 3 years ago.
I pay for every one of my Mezco orders up front.
Yeah, me too. That's how I do it. Now, others, they like to do like the minimum down payment or the NRD, the non-refundable deposit, which is like 10% of it, I think. It's like $20 or depending on the price, $20-$30. But that's non-refundable. Now,
right.
I've heard some people like call Mezco and cancel an order and work with them, and like Mezco's agreed to refund the NRD. Like, in my opinion, if something's late, that should be an automatic. If you want to cancel something that's that late, you get your NRD back. Right.
Yeah.
And it's not official, but like, I know that people have called and talked with them, and they're reasonable, and they have refunded NRDs before. Also, before we really get into it, I do want to say I love Mezco figures. I'm a big fan of what they do, and I'm not just bashing on this company. And Mezco is a pretty small company. They're not a Hasbro. They're not a Mattel. They're a small company out of New York. And that also kind of makes me worry sometimes that, are they in a financial dire straits? Is that why this stuff is delayed?
Well, so the licensing stuff keeps continuing to get pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, but their in-house brand stuff is dropping pretty regularly, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it would, I don't know, it would maybe have the appearance that the money that they're generating from the licensed product is just going into their own in-house stuff. I don't know. I think that's why we said we're going to wildly speculate as to what's going on. But all cards on the table. I don't have any skin in this game. I don't have any Mezco figures at all. I appreciate them, right, from afar, and I get the appeal, right? I'm a soft goods simp too. I have been since Robin Hood Prince of Thieves, so I get the appeal, but it's really hard for me to pay over $100 for a figure if it's not vintage, So, but that's just my collecting habit.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are over $100 a figure now. Yeah.
I mean, so Ryan got me into Mezco, and just going on what Ryan says, I feel like we need a ticker at the bottom that just scrolls and just says, we do love Mezco. Because granted, I am critical of toy lines. So it's like, I don't want people thinking like, oh, another toy line Bobby hates. I love Mezco. I fucking love Mezco. I love what they do. There are things about their company that we'll get into that I wish they would do different. But it's like, listen, if they called me up tomorrow and was like, hey, we want to do Action Force 112s, I'd be like, yeah, all day, baby, all day. So Ryan got me into Mezco. I knew, what Mezco was, some guys at Hasbro had some samples, and that was like when it first started, like in 2015, and they weren't as good as they are now. But, being on podcast with Ryan's, I saw like what they, he was raving about them. I'm like, let me get down on some of this. And I'm trying to remember what my first one was. I think I bought that Ghostbusters set. It went on clearance on Big Bad, like super, super cheap, like 3 or 4 years ago. And I was like, yeah, I'll get it. I got it. It's great. I haven't displayed it. And then I just started getting some Batman figures, and, Ryan would let me know when pre-orders came in, and he would tell me about the, their line when those come out. So I was getting them as they'd come out. I picked up, or Ryan hooked me up with the John Wick to make my custom Shadow figure, but it was like that John Wick was so good I didn't want to, get it. And then Ryan's like, no, that's actually not a great figure. And I'm like, shit, man, that's a great figure. But their presentation, the tin, the layers, like all of it, it's so well done. It's like, that's why I look forward to like getting more Mezcos, because the presentation of it, it's like an all day event when you get that figure in and you pull it out, and there's so much to it. And a lot of care goes into it. Like, they're not Hasbro. It's like, I get it. They're doing 100,000 piece runs of these figures. People in the factory don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So they're pumping these things out. They're not putting that TLC into them. The Mezco stuff, you can tell they make sure that is the best presented product they could put out. And, I've heard, people say, like, ex-employees say that Mez will like go to that thing as hard as he can to get it so perfect. And that's what sort of delays stuff. I don't know. I just heard it on a podcast, but it's like, I get it, man. You're trying to get the best possible product out. Sometimes you can't catch everything, but they push it, man. And I think all the time, like, what is the reasoning behind, like, for instance, Batman 89, 3 years. I mean, you could have tooled 2 figures in 3 years, or, put out 2 figures. So it's like, I get it. They're doing the seamless body. But from what I understand, nobody asked for that. So it's like, I don't know why you're doing that. But hey, they're trying stuff, but also at the same time, it's like, it's not like that's new technology. I mean, Mattel did it with a Swamp Thing figure a few years back, and it was great. Other companies have done it. It's like, I wish we knew what the holdup was. And I think that goes, like what Ryan was saying, how Mez did one interview. It's like, I wish I knew him. I wish I could talk to him and be like, why don't you do more PR stuff? Like, you guys see, like, listen, man, when I was going through those shit delays on Series 1, I was updating every month. It's like sometimes more. Like, you have got to, like, people paid money for this shit. I pay up front. Ryan pays up front. Some people don't. But it's also like, if you're I'm going to go off on a tangent here. I sent Ryan a link to a show where these guys were talking about Mezco, and they added up, like, what the possibilities would be of, like, all the non-refundable money that came in from a pre-order. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars that's coming in that you're just holding. And it's like, it's like, listen, man, when Series 1 was delayed and delayed and delayed, and it's like, I got this money sitting there, like, that these people paid, that is, set to go to the factory, but it's not until the product is done. It's like, it's nerve-wracking having that, because it's like, these people paid money. When someone pays money, you have to deliver on something. So that's the part of Mezco that I'm just like, guys, listen, man, I would love to talk to you. I'd love to be like, hey, listen, man. I'm sure Mez probably talks to people in the industry all the time. I'm sure he gets hammered left and right. I'm sure he gets hammered by the people at his company. Like, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's his company. He's going to do what he wants. I just wish that we would get a little bit more, like, I don't really care. It's like, when I hear, like, Ryan usually fills me into my Mezco news, like, oh, Batman 89 got pushed back to February. I'm like, all right. It's not something that's, like, constantly on my radar. I got a business I'm running. I'm all over the place, So it's like, I forget about pre-orders. I'm not one of those people that, like, pre-order something and watching it like a hawk. Like, oh, it was due out this month. Where is it? But at the same time, I'm in tune with the fact that, like, you have got to update people on stuff. Even if it's bad, man, even if it's bad, you got it.
A little bit of transparency will buy you so much goodwill with your customers and the community that's being built around your brand. And like you said, good, bad, or indifferent, regular updates on stuff when people have made a monetary investment in it, and their money's kind of in limbo at that point, you got to let them know what's up.
Yeah.
And even if it's an update that people didn't really want to hear, they'll appreciate getting it. And then they'll see you as someone who's forthright in the future, and more than likely they're more apt to spend more money with you because of that. But I'm not in the industry, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Just a lifelong consumer.
For me, I don't really get too bent out of shape about delays, and not just with Mezco, but like, there was a lot of G.I. Joe classified delays this year, right? And everyone, if you went in a G.I. Joe classified group, people were like losing their minds. Where's my figures? Yeah. And I'm just kind of like sitting back like, yeah, they'll show up eventually. I mean, me personally, I have a pretty steady stream of stuff coming in, because I collect so many lines. So that the delays don't bother me so much, but the lack of communication, like you guys were saying, is what gets me. Like, if we just got like, hey, we know it's going on 3 years with this Batman 89. We're trying to work out this seamless body. We think we got it this time. Should be out in February. Something. Right. Or because of COVID, the factory's gone now. We had to switch to a different factory and go back to square one and this and that. Get back on the schedule and stuff like that. It would be nice, because now they're in a situation where people are like us. They're heavily speculating, like, is this becoming some sort of action figure Ponzi scheme? Because they're shipping out all their Rumble Society stuff, all their in-house IP stuff.
Right.
Is that how they're skating by? But, you know,
It definitely makes you ponder the situation, right?
no,
Because
look, I don't want to come across as I'm accusing them of that. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's out there in the ether now. Like
Sure.
people are like Mezco's. I've heard people say, well, Mezco to this day they have not made a profit on the 112 line,
right.
and that's why this is all going downhill.
Actually, that right there is we're just echoing some of the sentiment that was in the comments when you put up the post for this video tonight. People were saying the same thing. So, but yeah, I remember the Action Force updates as I was very anxiously waiting for my figures and getting stuff from Bobby that said, "Hey, I got this sample in. I didn't like the way that it looked. We're tweaking a couple of things." You know what I mean? It just, as long as you're letting people know that if you are going to have a delay, it's because of the fact that you're trying to provide the highest quality product that you possibly can, right?
Sure.
Customer for life, like until you do something to the contrary, which I don't think that you will. But I mean, that's the kind of goodwill that you can buy yourself with, transparency and communication with your customers.
I mean, it sucks when you have to give bad news to a lot of people. It fucking sucks. I hated having to do that, but it's the game you play, man. And the thing I wonder about is, and I've noticed more and more, I'm in the Mezco group, and I see more and more people selling off their Mezco collections, or saying I'm done. I canceled a bunch of pre-orders. I wonder how much they're seeing on their end. Is it a small blip of people canceling, or are you seeing a lot of people canceling? Because you got to stop the bleeding if there's bleeding. You got to do something. And I almost think they're almost too far now. It's you've kind of done things the way you're doing things. It's you'd have to go hard in the paint with good PR to get some people back, because people are just dude, it just got too much. And it got, and I look at it listen, I know you're running a business, you have to make product. You gotta keep the business moving forward. But I said, I put Series 2 into development with the profits I made off Series 1, but I made sure, I said I will not put Series 2 up for pre-order for anyone until Series 1 delivers. And it's there was no way. I'm not gonna be one of those companies that just keeps on putting pre-orders out. And it's oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. It's just a perpetual pre-order. And it's just that's the way I feel at Mezco. It's if I go back and look at my orders, I think I have 6 or 7 things on pre-order, and then I look at what's been delivered. I think two things. So 2 out of the 8. But it's when I see them, they just put up Robin, and they're putting out this Power Rangers thing. I'm maybe deliver and that video that I sent Ryan, they have 75% of the stuff they had on pre-order the last 2 years hasn't shipped yet. It's you gotta put this shit out. Hold off on your pre-orders. Just hold off a little bit. Get some stuff out, get some goodwill, because I wonder, say the Robin goes up for pre-order, say the pre-orders aren't as good as you thought, maybe people are backing off. So it's maybe if you just waited, delivered some stuff, then Robin went up, maybe people would feel better. So, I just don't know. We don't know because they don't say anything.
Do you think that they're soliciting sales for those pre-orders without delivering on other stuff, because part of the deal that they have is they have a certain amount of time in order to put those pre-orders up?
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, license agreements don't last forever, 3 to 5 years. So it's but certain license agreements come with X amount of dollars up front. I know Marvel and Star Wars, Hasbro pays them millions of dollars up front when they renew a contract. Millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. So it's if you want to renew a DC, I don't know what DC is, and I'm not even really want to speculate, but it's it's, if they want something up front, then shit, man, you got to, they want their money, man. And I guess, you got to put stuff out, you got to pay for that license. But, I just wish, I wish they would let me in, it's listen, I know I'm a small company, but I'm a small company, but I've had years in the toy industry. So it's like I've grown this thing really fast and I learned really quick. And so it's like, I want to help them. I want to help them because I love them. I love Mezco and I want to see them succeed. I love their product. I just think you can't keep doing things the way you're doing things. Your fans will not stay.
It's kind of reminiscent of another toy manufacturer out there that's soliciting sales for wave 3 of the line when wave 1 hasn't delivered yet. So you don't know if you like wave 1 of the figures yet, but the expectation is that you pre-order wave 3 already. Not a good model to have. I forget, they were like metal birds or something. I can't remember the name of the IP.
Also, who knows if you're going to finish that line?
Maybe
because there's some licensing issues.
Because if the copper kid ain't coming,
maybe you thought you owned something that you didn't.
We'll see what happens with that. But I think your model was fantastic. Do not put the pre-orders out there until wave 1 of something ships. Let people get your product in hand. Let them do an assessment of what you've created, right? And then allow those people to come and pre-order wave 2 once they've got a taste of Valaverse, right? That's the way to do it. 3 years waiting for a pre-order. Yeah. In order to keep me as a customer, you're going to have to throw me a bone. Like, you need to have another head sculpt in there or something. A little bit of goodwill. I know you're going to have to eat the cost of that, but what's going to cost more? Having an additional head sculpt in there, or the customers that you're potentially losing in the long run. What's the that's it. Just my thoughts. Like I said, I'm not in the industry, so I don't know anything about it.
I know, like, I'll do pre-orders now, but when I do those pre-orders, look, that shit's coming, 4 to 6 months after, because it's not a pre-order to pay for what I'm doing. I've already put that shit into production. I'm a firm believer that I'm going to put the money back into the company. That's what I did with Series 2. And then Series 3, it's like, I paid for those hundreds of thousands of dollars in tooling before I even thought of putting them up for pre-order. I knew I was doing Series 3, and and it's like, we have the capital. I'm going to put that towards pushing the company and the line forward, special deployment. Look, I got December items that are coming. I told you guys, I'm not pre-ordering that. They're just going to go up. They're going to go up. I paid for those items. The items that I have coming in the spring. I've been talking with my wholesale vendors, some of the bigger accounts. I was like, listen, I don't want to do pre-orders anymore. I just want to put stuff up. You guys got to let me know your numbers, like the way Hasbro, you tell them Hasbro numbers, because I don't want to go on the pre-order model. You should know how many we're going to sell. This line's hot, man. It's selling super well. So I want to get to that point where a month out, say, hey, this is hitting in a month, like maybe put pre-orders up after it already shipped from the factory, because I want people to believe in the company. And, that's why getting Series 2 out so quick after Series 1 was really important, because it was like, I want people to have confidence in this. Like, yes, we were delayed a lot, but we were still propelling the company forward, and
you were giving regular updates throughout the whole process.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big issue here, is that the consumers don't know what's going on. And so they're worried. And so, like you said, you go in the Mezco groups and people are, jumping off the ship. They're out.
Yep.
They're canceling and of course, they have to let everyone know, I canceled all my pre-orders.
I know.
I'm so angry. It's like, all right, guy.
Social media is like the virus of letting people know everything that happened.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
I voted. I got a shot. I canceled my Mezco.
Yeah, I'm leaving this group, but before I leave, I'm going to announce that I'm leaving, and then I'm going to hang around to see what the responses are before I leave.
I found this figure that everyone was looking for a Target, and I bought all 7 of them.
Yeah, I got all 7. Make that money. #hustle.
Man, I love it. I love it.
So the one that's talked about the most is this, obviously, 89 Batman, because it's the longest one that's, to be delayed. a lot of speculation again on why it's delayed. People say the licensor DC is not satisfied. Some people say, oh, they're trying to get that seamless body right. They're trying to get that seamless body right. Maybe that's all accurate. But then you go to the one that went up for pre-order 2 months after the 89 Batman, and that is this Mr. Freeze.
Mm-hmm.
He's also going on 3 years. In fact, Toy Page updated this. Okay, so the pre-order went live March 4th, 2020. The original ERD was September to November of 2020. The current ERD is February to April of 2023.
The thing is, there's no like Batman. Okay, you're doing a new seamless body. This, you can have an in-stock body under that. So all you're doing is you're doing the soft goods, doing the hands, doing the armor, the head, the gun. Okay, that's not intense stuff to manufacture. Obviously the cost goods is costly, but listen, that's not more intricate than some of the Spider-Man, soft goods you've done. So that it's strange. It's strange. Now, have they delivered? Have any DC figures shipped within the last 2 years?
Yeah, they put out a couple Batman figures, the brave and the bold looking Batman.
That's right. I picked that one up. The Sovereign Knight Batman, but he's blue and gray. Yeah.
No. I mean the more 1960s era looking Batman.
Okay, that's right. I just remember buying a blue and gray Batman that they just put up for sale, and he was just in stock.
Yeah, he was just in stock. Now they also put up the black and gray one, which I think that one shipped too. I could be wrong about that.
So the reason I was asking is because I don't think it's a licensor issue, because it's their DC stuff's coming out. It's not
Well, stay with me here.
Okay.
This Mr. Freeze has 2 trigger weapons.
And
we know there's issues with Warner Brothers and their IPs having guns with their toys.
Right, but isn't it depictions of real world weapons?
No. Yeah, it's
it is not. It is not.
It has to be.
It is Marvel, not. It is Marvel, anything good.
Yeah, with Marvel, they told us we can do space blasters. Like when I was doing the 12-inch Deadpool, we can give them space blasters. We couldn't give them real ones.
Look at, what is that, a Marvel Legend gun?
It's a Marvel Legends generic blaster laser shotgun, right? The Shield troopers came with this.
Is it a barrel break pump action?
It's well, it does have a pump. You can see it. It is a laser pump. But maybe the pump charges a battery that discharges laser. What I don't know. I just like doing this on screen.
So the mandate from DC, and I don't know if this is confirmed, but it is pretty widely accepted that it is triggered weapons. And that's why you're even seeing McFarlane doing weapons packs with Harley Quinn's cork gun in it.
I saw that.
They can't include a cork gun. And these other space age weapons in there. So it's not just realistic guns. It's anything with a trigger. That's why you're getting Peacemaker. You're getting Peacemaker with a sword, and you're getting Joker with knives and not a gun. Even the Mafex, they took the gun away from the Hush Joker and included a bunch of knives. So maybe this one is held up because of that. Maybe Mezco's fighting them over it. These guns shoot ice.
Yeah. Plus, it's kind of one of those things. It's like if they would have had to have DC's approval to solicit that in the contract, especially like my licensing contracts, you can't approve something and then go back on it. Once the approval is done, it's like you saved it to the cloud and you can't write over that program. Like you can only affect the next stage of development. So it's like, obviously, they had to have gotten licensor approval on this to solicit it. So, in my experience, DC can't go back on that. So, I don't think that's the issue. And if it was, it shouldn't be 3 years to retool an accessory or to tool something different.
Agreed. But then we also talked about how Mez is a perfectionist and he wants it to be perfect.
Sure,
you can't have Mr. Freeze without his freeze gun.
Sure,
right. Now, this John Constantine was originally solicited with his pistol, and it is gone. and like people were asking, "Hey, where's Constantine's pistol? Where's his gun?" And they said, "Don't worry, we'll get it to you." They said, "Well, we'll find a way to get it to you." I believe that's what Mez said in his interview with Paige. But it was originally solicited, went up for pre-order with this pistol, and now it's gone.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking this DC stuff might have something to do with that. Now I'm hearing that Constantine is actually getting ready to ship. This went up for pre-order January 2021, so we're looking at almost 2 years. The current ERD is December 2022. So
Hey, you don't think a Batman grapnel gun is stopping the show with 89 Batman, right?
Well, no, but I mean, look, but
because it's just as ridiculous to consider that, and
I agree
within the realm of firearms as that Mr. Freeze gun, right? One would assume.
Yes.
Okay.
One would, like a sane, rational person would assume, but we're talking about WB.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe that Zaslav guy can come in and change this.
That would be a good thing to change.
Yeah. But that might work for some of the DC characters. But again, 89 Batman, I don't think the grapnel gun doesn't have a trigger. It's just like the
it's a button on top of it.
It's a button on top. It shoots out and he hooks it to his belt. It's not
right.
Like,
it's the button on top.
Gun.
The button on top triggers the discharge of that weapon. It's a trigger.
Yeah. It's even arguable if it's a weapon. It's not really even a weapon.
It's arguable if you're an actual podcast host. That's what's arguable.
What I find the
oh, that's so much better. Go ahead, Bobby.
The hypocritical nature of the gun thing. It's kind of like why I would get so pissed at Jesse like during approvals, and I get it. He's just relaying information from the company he works for. But it's like, if you're putting out a comic book that has Deadpool shooting multiple people, you have to let us give them guns. And it's like, I get it. The age grade, fine. Okay, that's a good argument. Mezco, it's not age graded for kids. You should have different parameters. You can't tell a company that does adult collectibles you can't do guns, yet that same year have a Batman movie come out where Batman, his grapple gun are guns. They're like the gun that comes off of his gauntlet is an actual gun, and then he puts the spears from his forearm into those guns. He's also getting shot by multiple shotguns and other rifles and weapons at the end of the movie. So you can't do that. You can't make a movie that has lots of guns and then tell an adult collectible figure company you can't do guns. It's like, I love Matthew McConaughey and Matt Damon. They come out as advocates against guns. Motherfucker, you've made millions of dollars on movies where you've shot people.
Yeah. How many people did Jason Bourne shoot in the face?
You cannot have it both ways.
Yeah.
Can't have it both ways.
There's some people in the anti-gun crowd that have actually shot people in real life on movie sets.
Ain't that something?
Womp womp.
Maybe he thought he was the Shadow in real life. He's like, "Oh, I'm the real Shadow."
I didn't pull the trigger.
What evil lurks in the heart of my cinematographer?
It's too bad. It's too bad because I see that my Shadow figure. I love that movie. I love Alec Baldwin, but I hate Alec Baldwin now.
Yeah.
It's almost like I love pre-2000s Alec Baldwin, but post-2000s Alec Baldwin, man, he's a piece of shit.
Before his head physically doubled in size.
Maybe he took what Barry Bonds took.
I don't know dude. Something happened. His head got massive compared.
Maybe when he yelled at his daughter on her voicemail, he popped multiple veins and it just made his head blow up.
Yeah, it was internal bleeding in his head. Yeah. All right.
He's like what's that Hulk villain? The leader.
The leader.
Yeah. It's just like
So now another DC character, this Gotham by Gaslight Batman. Now this one is incredibly delayed as well. I think it's going on Went up for pre-order a year and a half ago, 18 months. The original ERD was January 2022, and now it's looking at February 2023. Now, this one they put up for pre-order alongside an accessories pack with his wings and some guns. Now, he comes with all these knives that you can see in this picture, but they also did a Victorian vigilante accessory pack. Totally unrelated to this Batman. And in the solicitations for that accessory pack, they showed it with their, they showed the accessories with their Rumble Society characters.
Yep,
but it was like
that.
wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's for this Batman.
We know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like declassified gear pack. We know what you're doing.
Right. But
that was way more overt than what they were doing with that, dude.
Well, so I want to know, Ryan, do you recall, because we both have Gotham by Gaslight Joker?
Yeah.
Do you know, is there any way to find out when that went up for pre-order and when it delivered? I'd like to know, because listen, that was an intricate.
It wasn't a pre-order. It was in stock.
Oh, it just came in stock?
Yeah, it shipped within a couple weeks. It was at the warehouse. Yeah.
See, why do they do that then? Why solicit a figure, especially an A-lister like Batman, who you know is going to sell, but then you just surprise everyone with this Joker figure? Here you go.
I don't know. I do want to get to the chat here.
Yeah, we had some super chats rolling in, man.
Yeah. No, just relax. Okay. Just stay down there at the bottom of the screen where you belong. Okay.
Ryan, just read the chats. Jesus.
All right. Let me remove that. Okay, much better. So since we are deep into the Mezco discussion, we can get to this one from Andrew M. So what is your favorite Mezco figure, and what would you like to see them make in the future?
Mystique came with the 112 version of my son. Right here.
Yeah, they repainted the Hulk baby for that. That's supposed to be Nightcrawler. Great.
Okay.
Go ahead, Bobby. What's your favorite?
I wish I could answer this better because I have a bunch of Mezcos I've just never opened yet. I just don't have the space and stuff. The only thing I have out I have my Sovereign Knight Batman, the Dark Edition, which is a fantastic figure. That Gotham by Gaslight Joker is really, really nice. I opened up the Wolverine. The Wolverine's super cool. Those Ghostbusters are really nice. Just based on what I have open, I'd probably say that Sovereign Knight Batman is probably my favorite. What I'm looking forward to is shit. I don't know. What do I have on pre-order? Obviously 89 Batman, but it's man, I want I want my Snyderverse figures. I want Black Costume Superman.
Also delayed.
Yeah. I forgot what else I have on pre-order. I got a shit ton of stuff on pre-order. Probably not as much as Ryan, but I got a bunch.
I think I have 10 or 11 on pre-order.
I don't have any Mezco figures, but the one that almost got me into Mezco, the one, it's not really a rule I'm anti-Mezco. I think they look fantastic. Legitimately, I do. But the one figure that almost got me was that Space Ghost. Because if I'm going to pay that amount of money for one singular figure, it needs to be something that's probably never going to happen again. Like that Limb Toys punished Venom Snake from Metal Gear 5. So something that's probably never going to happen again. And that's essentially the way that I thought about that Space Ghost. And dude, I was this close, man.
You should have, because he's pricey now.
Dude, I know, and he looks absolutely gorgeous. So it's just one of those things I'm about to kick myself for a long time.
All right, so my favorite Mezco figure, and that is a hard one, but yeah, probably the Sovereign Knight Batman. But also from the Rumble Society, you remember that Black Skull that I sent to Tony? That Black Skull Death Brigade? Those are really cool. They're really versatile, and they come with a lot of cool accessories. And I think that's the one that Andrew got as well. That's his first Mezco. As far as what I would like to see them do in the future, well, they put up Damian Wayne Robin, but I want a Tim Drake Robin. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Like Tim Drake, and I would, you know what? If they're going to do Tim Drake, I want Dick Grayson Nightwing.
Yeah.
You can include a crowbar accessory with that because it's not
So,
a gun.
It's
That's
funny.
Jason Todd.
No, it's Jason Todd.
Oh, that was Todd. Yeah, my bad.
Right. I want to piggyback off Ryan for a second there, which just made me think. I'm like, man, it would be cool if they did a 2-pack of like classic gray and blue Batman with a bloody, burnt up, dead Jason Todd, like a Death in the Family 2-pack. Oh man, that'd be so awesome.
That would be so cool. And then do the Joker.
And then do the Joker.
Do like that Joker. Oh man, that would be cool.
Yeah, he came in with his safari outfit and beat the shit out of Jason Todd with that crowbar right in front of his mother too.
I would want them to just go ahead and do the whole Bat family. Like, give me the Nightwing, give me the Tim Drake, give me the Jason Todd Red Hood, and a Batgirl. That would be solid. Samuel Edwards with the Beastie Boys Mezco would be the dopest. I have to agree. That might take my #1 spot for most wanted. Dude, they did the Beastie Boys like I would want their 1980s cheesy look, you know, when they were spoofing like frat boys. Like that would be cool. But if they did like their
Sabotage
would be awesome. But I think I want to go Check Your Head era. So what you want video.
So what you want?
That would be great. That would be great.
That would be really cool.
Those are the Jewish action figures we need. We don't need jujitsu. We need the Beastie Boys. That's right there.
Sorry, speaking of action figures, I apologize if I seem a little bit distracted, but I was actually kind of putting this Mystique through the motions and trying to get this pose that I had seen in Ryan's toy room before. It was really cool. I can't hit
natural.
Yeah, I can't hit this pose as well as Ryan does with his figures, but I think I'm getting there. I'm putting in the work.
The legs on they're kind of bow-legged, like your real life mother. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. Shout out to Jeremy's mom. No offense to you. It's just a joke. Okay.
She doesn't watch this trash. It's like
I know. I don't blame her.
Doesn't watch the trash.
We got a comment from, this is very topical, action figure enjoyer. I guess Mezco invested in FTX.
Oof. That's a fresh one.
What if that was it? Oof. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Ted Darklaw, it's not the same, but this reminds me of the Megalopolis downfall where they wouldn't ship anything and shut down communication, then died.
That's the company. I was just talking to somebody about that. I'm like, there was this company that wouldn't ship stuff out. And I was like, what is the name of that? Megalopolis. That's right.
Well, see, then they switched their name to Premium DNA Toys, and now they're making Battletoad figures off of the pre-order money that they didn't fulfill pre-orders with. So, yeah, that's great, huh? Oh, well.
I remember I talked to somebody from Megalopolis, one of the owners or something. Like
I talked to the main dude.
But like he talked to me about doing fulfillment for Action Force. Like basically my stock would ship to them and they would handle the film fulfillment. I remember this was very, very early when the second Kickstarter just funded and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'll be in touch, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, why would I pay someone to pack up my orders? Like, I'm going to pack my own orders up. But I'm glad I didn't go with them.
Yeah, that good thing.
Otherwise, we might not have Action Force stuff.
Yeah. I talked to the owner of that company when I made some big order before they went out of business. And it was like on like clearance stuff. So it was like damaged packages, like action figures.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't coming. And so I finally I found out who the guy was. He's on Facebook. So I DM'd him on Facebook. People were yelling at him in the comments at some other thread. So I just DM'd him. And he was like, all right, I'm going to put your order together. And I had it within a couple weeks. And then they just disappeared. And I found out about all these people that never got their product. It was not a good situation, but it happened. All right. Bushman says, I often see mention that money used for pre-orders sits in a high interest account and companies are making bank on it. Can I ask Bobby, do the companies have access to the money for pre-orders?
I don't know what other companies did. I can tell you right now, I didn't. It got to the point where my bank that I was using was constantly trying to call me and be like, you should push this over to a savings account. And I'm like, no, because that's not my money. And I need that money. I got to pay the factory, and it's like, we're working on sculpts for series 2. We're getting that into production. So it's like, that money's not just going to sit there. Maybe for like bigger companies like Hasbro, I don't know. I can't speculate on that. I just know I didn't do that. Whether people would believe me or not, but I didn't do it. So
I imagine that's company by company.
Yeah. Guys, listen, a company as big as Hasbro, you're going to tell me they don't have like reserve funds, and where do those reserve funds come from?
It's hard to imagine that all the money that comes in from a HasLab project, right, isn't sitting there building interest.
Yep.
It just makes sense to do it. So,
yep.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Bushman. We got a super chat from Sam, the newsman.
Sam the newsman.
Just Sam Newsman. He says the most trusted puppet in media reporting since Roswell.
The most professional Pepto-colored press figure that I know.
Thank you, Sam.
Professional Pepto press. Yeah.
Greg Finstead, Bobby, with the case of these non-refundable pre-orders, are consumers able to get that back through chargebacks contesting due to companies like Mezco not delivering or updating on a product? I can actually answer that. Most credit cards are like 90 days, and some are like up to a year, depending on what bank you're going through.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
All right, Jim Largo, thank you for the super chat. Mezco pre-orders are getting ridiculous. Lots of figures in limbo. I ordered Valaverse pre-orders and got them in a realistic time period. Kudos to Bobby Vala for taking care of business.
You got it, bud.
Jim. Yep. Thank you very much, man. Freakosauruses and McFarlane Batman have them too. I'm not sure what he was talking about. I started that for some reason, but now I forget what it was about. Brian Dillingham with the Dillinghammism. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And then we got
very much
Cobra Commander with the super chat. Thanks for being awesome, articulated Chad. So he's on his wife's phone.
Okay.
All right. That's fine. Did articulated Chad's phone get repossessed and he has to use his wife's phone now?
Maybe he got locked out of his account for having Kirk Bazigian on his channel. That's he got canceled for having Kirk on there.
Maybe he invested in FTX and lost his phone. Thank you, Chad. And thank you, Cobra Commander. That's funny. And then Andrew M with another super chat. Thank you so much, Andrew. Yes, sir. That's my first and only Mezco for now. But they're coming out with some Joes, and I think I've ordered. Well, they've only put up 2 Joes for pre-order: Snake Eyes and Roadblock, and I pre-ordered those.
Destro and Roadblock.
Oh, and Destro.
Because I pre-ordered Destro and I didn't pre-order Roadblock, but then it's like, but they've teased Storm Shadow and Firefly, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you waiting for? Like, what's going on, guys?
Yeah.
In the interview he did with Toy Page, Mez said they were looking to do 2. I think he said 2 a year or 3 a year GI Joe. I forget, something like that. But yeah, pre-orders for Joe's haven't gone up since Snake Eyes, and that was a while ago. This one went up for pre-order March 2021. Destro, their first one.
Wow.
Current ERD December 2022. They are pushing stuff out, man. Like I said, they finally got out the Death Brokers. These were delayed by quite a while. They did get out.
Is that everything that's on pre-order right now?
This is everything that's open pre-order, yeah.
Wow.
They just got out Death Dealer, which was massively delayed.
Okay.
I
think I saw something like Conan is shipping now or something.
Heavily rumored Conan will be shipping soon because the Frazetta sisters, the Frazetta girls said he's coming soon.
That's cool.
I think, yeah.
Can you scroll down?
The Predator. Oh, the Predator's coming. Like he's charging pretty soon. Yeah. So I'll scroll down.
Oh yeah, I have the Batman pre-ordered. There's my Justice League set pre-ordered. 89 Batman. Oh, Dr. Doom. I forgot they did Dr. Doom.
Is it Morbius?
Yeah, they did 2 Morbius. I don't know if anyone...
It's Morbin time.
Yeah. Someone wants that Morbius. I didn't pre-order that one.
Yeah.
And then their newest pre-orders are down here at the bottom. And again, shout out to the toy page. I can't say it enough. He's the one that compiles all this stuff and keeps track of it. He does a great job of it. So follow him on Facebook, Instagram, and also his YouTube. He was live earlier today. I'll have to watch it on the replay.
That roadblock though, man, it's hard to stay away from those shows. It really is. So one of those Destro head looks ridiculous, but I mean,
the smiling one is so
yeah,
silly.
it's like, man, look at that. That's cool.
I really like this roadblock. Yeah, I did
And
pre-order this.
and he probably isn't going to be 7 feet tall.
Yeah, and I'm hoping like so. Death Dealer was originally solicited with these single jointed arms with kind of like the skinny pinched in elbows, but he shipped with double jointed elbows.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping they do that with this roadblock. Like I bet it's the same body. I bet it's the same body. Like this almost looks like the Conan body to me.
Well, it looks fine to me.
But I would prefer the double jointed elbows, especially for a guy that shoots guns, holds a rifle. Yeah. And are we caught up? We are caught up on supers.
Cool.
Unless I forgot one. Jeremy, you said you need to go.
I do. Yeah, I've got a 5-week-old kid up there that's giving my wife some trouble, so I need to go do some dad shit. Yeah. But had a fantastic time on the show. Thanks for everybody that showed up. Thanks for everybody in the chat. All the super chats are fantastic. It's helping me feed my kid. So, that's the only thing. If you don't super chat, I can't feed that little son of a bitch upstairs. So, no, I'm joking. But
I just want to say, just to kind of put a pin in it where I'm at with Mezco. I love Mezco product. I want the company to be successful. I just want delays are okay. They're not great. I can handle them. I'm not going to beat up Mezco over the delays, but we got to have some communication, guys. Just a little something. Give us some updates.
Right.
I understand things happen, especially during COVID. COVID is over. People are other companies are catching up with the pre-orders. A little more transparency would go a long way. I want to keep collecting Mezco. I want to keep supporting the line because I really, really like it. Most of my details behind me are all Mezco. So there we go.
Yeah.
Bobby, any final thoughts before we end this?
Mez, maybe this show will get back to you. If anybody knows him personally, reach out to him. Tell him, give me a ring, man. I would love to talk to him. We could talk toys. We could not talk toys. We could talk experience, whatever, man. I want Mezco to succeed. I want them to be great. They are great. I want them to continue being great.
Yep. Cool. All right. 3POA is taking some time off. We'll be back December 3rd for 3POA.
Wow.
Jeremy. Yeah. Jeremy, and we might be back next week. Play it by ear.
Yeah, we'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens. I've got some stuff going on too. So a little break may be nice for everybody, but we'll see. We'll see if we throw something out there.
Okay. Yeah, you're fired. All right. Then everyone
I've quit better jobs than this.
Like before I end the show, I gotta say one more thing.
Lights, camera, Bratz. From the new Bratz movie, RC Cruisers.
Pulling up in Hollywood, just cruising.
You control the action.
From wheels to hood,
Real FM radio.
Light up the boulevard.
Working headlights.
Star power. Checking out our rear views. RC Cruiser cruising.
Bratz the movie, RC Cruisers with working headlights and real FM radio. Dolls and cars each sold separately. Batteries not included. Bratz the movie rated PG. That's a